Providence. Circa opens them up 3. South Point DraftKings open them up 2. Right now on the board 2 with a total of 150. They are taking on South Dakota State. Now, this is, to be fair, because South Dakota State's going to be a sexy selection here, and a lot of it will be framed as Providence topping the luck factor for Ken Pom, right? You can't keep winning these single-digit games. By the way, we saw it come to a head. As I mentioned, I was on Creighton in that Big East tournament game where Creighton blew them out 85-58. But make no mistake about it, folks, South Dakota State is a damn good team. Offensively, they're one of the better ones in the country. They finished 12th in terms of overall offensive efficiency, dominated their conference in terms of offensive efficiency, 122.9. They can shoot the ball extremely well, 45% from deep, and led the country in three-point shooting. While the way to frame it might be Providence's due here, Amal, I think it's also South Dakota State's a really good team.
You look at Wilson in terms of what he's been able to do for this team, outstanding. You reference the three-point shooting. This team is tremendous. They're very efficient in terms of how they move the ball. They're going to take the best shot available. I would disagree with the Ken Pom perspective on Providence in this sense. I think there is an art, and credit goes to teams that know how to win close games. I think there's a certain level of calmness with this team. However, I think South Dakota State's a far better team than people realize if they haven't seen them play. Man, this is a good basketball team. I know people say, well, it's an upset based on seeding. Look, in a one-game scenario, I don't look at it as that much of an upset. I thought Providence really benefited from how dominant they were at the Dunkin' Donuts Center this year, losing only one game against Villanova. They did play well back at the Pavilion when they lost that game, tight one against Villanova. But to me, I don't think they're quite as good away from home. And then A.J. Reeves got banged up in that Creighton game. He's questionable in this game. That's 10 points you're looking at potentially losing. Horkler's the one guy that can knock down three-point shots for them. Durham's got to play well, and so does Watson. And from a free throw standpoint, you give a big edge to South Dakota State.
And when you talk about luck, too, it's just usually teams that have sustained success in close games, coin flip games. That's when you talk about like luck, for lack of a better term. The overtime win over DePaul, you lose to Villanova, then follow that up with the overtime win over Butler, the triple overtime marathon against Xavier. Yeah. Like that's Providence. That's what you're talking about when you talk about luck here with the Friars.
Get prepared for all the madness with VSiN's tournament betting guide, daily best bet emails, plus full access to VSiN through April 5th for only $19 at VSiN.com/madness.